didn't see you there. Come, sit down. Sit down. You too. Squeeze through there. Hi, I'm Jaden Ritchie, and this is my friend Joseph Liu. You might know us as the popular indie rock duo, Plaid Coat for Susie, and we have something very important to talk to you about. Oh, I forgot we're doing an interview. Here at Plaid Coat Studios, we care a lot about American history.
Antebellum history.
Yes, specifically pre-Civil War American literature and the advent of the American education system. Yeah, we really do. It's a big topic for us here at the Plaid Coat Studios. Yeah. So we'd like to talk to you about pre-Civil War stuff. Here we go. All right, let's see here. Well, before narrative writing became popular in America, you had lots of political stuff, you know, by people like Daniel Webster, who wrote a lot of political orations and pamphlets and essays like, you know, Common Sense by Thomas Paine and the Federalist Papers by Alexander Hamilton. You know, and these writers served a big purpose in America. They put America on the literary map. And they gave the states a place in the artistic world, you know? Even in Europe, you know, the Knickerbocker's History of New York and Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving was really the first narrative work by an American. And even Europeans could enjoy this stuff. It was really good, yeah. Even clowns could enjoy this stuff. Most of these writings exemplified America's optimistic obsession with freedom and possibilities, and with libertine poetry, such as Leaves of Grass and Walden by Walt Whitman, who later influenced such similar writers as Allen Ginsberg, and Henry David Thoreau, respectively. And in novels of James Fenimore Cooper, yeah, that's his name, isn't it? Namely his Leatherstocking Tales, which explores the destiny of the Republican experiment. William Cullen Bryant. That's the man I can get behind. William Cullen Bryant wrote a series of sad, thoughtful poems called Thanatopsis, which was of such ridiculous quality that critics couldn't believe that it was written in Freedom Fry Land. Bryant also became an outstanding journalist and set standards for American periodicals, though most of the aforementioned writers were associated with the Transcendentalist movement. It's a big word. Try to say this sometimes fast. Go. There are many significant American writers who are not really married to this movement. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow married many English themes in his works to more American motifs in works like Evangeline. Social issues were a big problem in America. Lots of slavery in America at this time, and they were dealt with through literature. You know, the writings of John Whittier was a literary warrior in the war against slavery, along with James Lowell. You know, we like girls here at Plaid Coat Studio. We like girls, and female writers. You know, good female writers began to spring up in America at this time with the poems of Emily Dickinson and Little Woman by Louisa Alcott being forerunners of American literature produced by women. And well, you know, a lot of people went against the grain of American literature and the grain of regular literature too. With it was mostly optimistic, freedom-obsessed works in America at this time. But the works of Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and that one guy who wrote the thing about the whale features more depressing, defeatist works with down-and-out characters, and it really showed the darker side of American literature. Yeah. American literature, pretty big deal, you know what I'm saying?
Oh. How did these people become so literate anyway?
They read books.
They read books. What books did they read?
They read their own books.
They read their own.
Yeah.
They read the books that they wrote. Okay.
Let me tell you about the education that they received.
You think I care about you? I don't care about you. I'd
care
throw
about-
you down a well.
You should care
I'd
about-
throw you down a well if I had to.
Emerson. Emerson, you should care about Emerson. Emerson's a big dude.
Emerson.
Emerson, yeah.
Emerson.
Ralph Emerson, in 1837.
Waldo.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Emerson.
You know him?
Emerson.
Yes.
Emerson.
In 1837, he delivered a speech called The American Scholar at a Lyceum.
Emerson.
A Lyceum's an intellectual convention where people go on stage and they talk about intellectual stuff, I guess. Yeah, their Lyceums are really important. They brought about the spread of knowledge in American. You need to write. Basically, saying you need to write more, and you need to write in your own style, American literature, not English. English literature is crap.
Emerson.
Yeah.
Emerson.
All right. So let me tell you more about American literature that he promoted so much.
Emerson.
Two other people that promoted education in America are Noah Webster and William H. McGuffrey. Noah Webster was a big dude. He is the Webster from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. I don't know who Miriam is. I don't give a crap about Miriam.
His wife.
What?
I don't know.
Miriam was his wife. Okay. No,
Don't-
Miriam was not his wife. Yeah. So he created reading lessons and dictionaries, obviously, that were partly designed to promote patriotism. Yeah, so ABCs were... They used patriotic words for people's ABCs. He created an American English, not Old English, due to the fact that the Old English was too complicated. Like, he replaced color with color, and centre with center. McGuffrey was also one of these dictionary reader creators, whatever. He published grade school readers called the McGuffrey Readers that also taught morality, patriotism, and idealism. At first, they were designed to instill Presbyterian Calvinist beliefs in their students in the 1836 to 1837 edition. But as society became more multicultural, he later revised them with content including middle-class civil religion, morals, and values to meet the needs of national unity. But education was not always this great. Before 1825, not many people liked public schools because with public schools come taxes, and no one likes taxes. And these public schools weren't too great. People generally viewed them as like poor people's schools. And rightfully so, because there was one room, one teacher, and 8 grades. And these teachers were badly trained, they were strict, they focused on licking rather than learning, and they weren't really paid too well. They only taught how to read, write, and do basic math. And yet people still use these schools because they were, what else did they have? And they wanted their children to be educated because an uneducated voter is a very bad voter for the American people. The main person who really revised this whole system was Horace Mann. He was the secretary of the Massachusetts Board of Education. And he did a lot of things, generally. He brought about better schools, more schools, longer school terms, higher pay for teachers, and a generally better curriculum. And thus, Boston gained the first high school in the U.S. in 1821.
So, audience, as you can see, American literature and history and education is a very important issue, right?
Yes.
It's very important. Donate to us, please. It's just really important that you do this for me. I go home every night and cry. I go home every night and cry. Because no one donates. No one donates to American history. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. Good night. Say good night, Joe.
Good night.
Good night.
Check out our album next
Good
week.
night. Yeah, buy our album. It's terrible. Yeah. It's $17 and it's awful. Buy it. Good night. American history.